to let's stay with you, Grant. Now, who do you
Hey.
have for your NFL game of the week for Week 6 preview?
NFL game of the week. Let me flip my notes over here. So I got three good ones I can choose from. But you know what? I'm gonna pick a game here where it's close to home for two of us. Monday night, Cowboys-Chargers. In this aspect, the Chargers, they're coming off their bye. They're 2-2. You could argue they should be 0-4. You could argue they should be 4-0. It's the classic Chargers. But they're like I said, they're coming off their bye. They got the Cowboys, who are coming off that embarrassment on Sunday night. The Chargers also then have a short week this following week when they got to go to Kansas City. And then Dallas, they're coming off. They're going to have a long week. Can Dallas bounce back and maybe get to 4-2 on the year? Or can the Chargers say, you know what? Hey, we had some good time off. Let's get a win. Let's get to 3-2 and go to Kansas City and have a chance to come out of that game 4-2 over these next 2 weeks. So it's a big game for both teams because the Eagles this weekend, they have the Jets. They should be able to handle those guys. So when we wake up Monday morning, the Philadelphia Eagles should be 6-0. And if Dallas loses on Monday and they're 3-3, I mean, good night, Irene. Just give the Eagles the hats and the T-shirts already, if you ask me. So Dallas can't have that. The Chargers need this because if they lose this game, they're 2-3. If they lose to the Chiefs, they're 2-4. We might as well give the Chiefs their hats and T-shirts for the 8th straight year if the Chargers lose their next two games. So Cowboys, Chargers, Monday night. Everyone's going to be watching. I believe it's in Los Angeles. That's my game of the week.
I'm not gonna lie, there weren't a lot of great ones to pick from this week. It was very, very few kind of like headliner games. But I'm going to Tampa, Lions and Bucks. Can the Lions keep it going? I think they've won back-to-back games now after their hiccup versus Seahawks. How do they integrate Jameson Williams back? Second game back, does he get more snaps? Sounds like Gibbs is going to be out, so that's obviously not going to help. But this Bucks defense isn't slouching. Like, they are really physical, really freaking good. How does the Lions O-line match up with them? How does Tampa's defense match up against the O-line and David Montgomery? Like, a lot of storylines here. Then you haven't even got to Baker Mayfield. Like we had mentioned last week, probably comeback player of the year right now. Lions defense, I'm pretty sure they just lost one of their secondary guys, I think, for the year that blew out his knee for the second straight year or something. But, yeah, I think that's probably going to be the game of the week, honestly.
Well, and then what's the temperature going to be in Tampa Bay too?
I haven't looked. I have no idea. Warmer than here.
I mean, if it's mid 80s with a 70% humidity,
cramp.
You're going to cramp up, and the Lions aren't going to be ready for that. I mean, it's soup season up here in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah, going to be SpongeBob character. My life.
My life. Her, when Patrick's in Sandy's house.
C.J. Mosley, that's who it was.
So they've lost Mosley and Gardner Johnson. That sucks.
But me for the NFL game of the week, we're gonna go up to the Queen City, the Seahawks Bengals. Now the Bengals, granted, albeit against the Cardinals, who also beat one of the best teams in the NFC, the Dallas Cowboys. This is the first game that Joe Burrow looked competent. He looked a little bit more comfortable. It was, Jamar Chase said he is always open, just like 7-Eleven. Found Jamar Chase, hit him got a couple of scores.
15 catches.
Yep.
Not bad.
And the Bengals might be on the upward trajectory here, and they're going to play Seattle, who is fresh off a bye week. They got to travel out to the Eastern time zone still, but the Geno Smith, Kenneth Walker, that receiving core, that defense, they look, the 49ers are the class of the AFC West or the NFC West right now. But Seattle, outside of their disastrous first game, all they have done is won and dominated the teams that they have played. This is a game that the Bengals, get back up to 500, and on the Seahawks end, trying to find a way to keep pace with the Niners in the NFC West.
It's funny, guys. Whenever we have the game of the week, I always have 3 games down just to be safe. Because a couple weeks ago for my college one, you guys took my first 2. Well, this week these were the 3 games I had in my notes for the NFL game of the week.
I had one different one. I had Colts Jaguars for first place in the AFC.
I had that one too. I would have done Chargers Cowboys, but I had Cowboys in it last week, so to kind of keep things fresh, change things up a little bit, I said let's Colts Jags.
So what do they say? Great minds think alike? Or are we just 3 idiots out here who look at each other's
We're
notes?
3 idiots talking ball.
Yeah, there you go.
Change the name.
That's actually probably a good idea to change the name.
Yeah, 3 idiots talking ball.
3 idiots talking ball.
Yeah, well, it describes us pretty good here.